All right, Rob Belay, 1980 Sports Cards, and here we go, opening our third 1985 Topps Baseball Cello box. So we're going to start ripping right through these, and I appreciate the feedback from the other videos. You know, with the angles and everything, the first time I was doing it, it wasn't as clear, so I'm going to try to do a better job going forward with being clear on the cards. So I appreciate that feedback. So we'll start with the first pack here. And of course, like the others, what we're looking for is Dwight Gooden, the McGwire, the Clemens are all 4-digit cards. And then in the nines, you have the McGwire, which is still a 3-digit card. Well, barely, $100, $110 or so right now in the current market. And then you actually got the Eric Davis that still goes for about 60 in the PSA 9. So that, along with a few others, Don Mattingly, the non-rookies, Don Mattingly, Nolan Ryan, cards like that, still kind of valuable. And there's a few lesser rookies in there, like the Earl Hershiser, Brett Saberhagen, etc. So let's get into it. There we go, Mark McGwire. And very off center. Corners are good, edges are good. Looks like a good card, except very off center. Oh, wow, that was crazy. So we just went the longest I've ever gone in the 85 Topps without a hit between the McGwire and the Don Mattingly. I don't know how many packs that was, but I think about 12 cello packs without a single hit. And then we get this Don Mattingly, but I think it was worth the wait. What do you guys think? That looks perfectly centered and great condition to me. That looks like a really good card. Potentially a $700 card and a PSA 10. Worth the wait. And look there, right behind it. So it went like however many packs, 8 or 9 packs without a hit, and then 2 cards in a row in the same pack. We get another hit. And although the Don Mattingly was perfectly centered, the Eric Davis is not. It's not too bad, but it's not perfect. But 2 good hits in this pack. There we go, Roger Clemens. Oops, sorry about that, got excited. Got a Roger Clemens pull. The side-to-side centering is pretty good, but you can see the top to bottom centering is not. There we go, another Roger Clemens. And again, side-to-side centering is good, but top to bottom centering, not as bad as the previous one, but not perfect. There we go, Kirby Puckett. Have to look at this one closer. Not perfect centering, but not too bad. I kind of like it. There we go. So that's good. We got an Earl Hershiser. Haven't had many of those pulls for whatever reason. Not the top card in the box, but if I get a perfect one, it might be worth it to grade for PSA 10 worth over $100. That one's pretty good condition. Not perfect, but it's a pretty good card. There we go. McGwire, and wow, oh, man, it's not 100% perfect, but that's definitely one of the better McGwires we've pulled so far. Very, very nice. There we go, folks. Dwight Gooden. Terribly centered card. But man, when I saw this card pulling in the 80s, it just lighted up my light. Unfortunately, he didn't have a long run, but man, at the time he was hot. Terribly centered card. There we go, Nolan Ryan. Even though far from his rookie in a PSA 10, it can still go over $400. And that is a pretty darn good centered card. Ooh, that might be a good card to send in. Very nice. And we got a McGwire, poorly centered and ripped real bad. It was next to the gum and it got damaged. All right, and that is it for the '85 Topps Cello box. And we got some good cards in there. It was kind of a slow start, but not too bad. So stay tuned as we'll rip the fourth box.